last episode I built my starter base here on the Artisan Collective, but today we are going to be doing something that really scares me. Terraforming. We're going to be building some trees, experimenting with different looks, and planting a lot of wheat. So let's get into it. Now, I've been thinking a lot about viewpoints and framing a base visually recently. Especially with a starter base that's underground, there needs to be something to draw the eye. Which is, of course, where terraforming comes in handy. What we're going to be doing, having small, thin wheat fields to draw the eye inwards, and a curling path partially for visuals and partially for, you know, walking. And, of course, trees, because every base that uses trees becomes instantly 10 times better. We'll get into some of the inspiration and design choices for the trees a little later. But now, let's get started on the wheat fields. We're gonna do a path that comes from here to one day there'll be a bridge over there. We're gonna do one in this direction because there's people in that direction, and we're gonna do one in this direction because there's also people in that direction. So first of all, we need to get these paths done. So here you can see the paths. We've used a bit of oak wood for a little bit of texture. I'm not completely decided on the oak wood, but like, whatever. Remember, there'll be a bridge there. We're not just making a path into nowhere. And we're gonna make the wheat fields first. I think that we're gonna use a little bit of podzol to kind of add a little bit of extra depth to the wheat fields and to kind of add a bit of strip. I think that it will look good. We're gonna see how we go. Now we're gonna make a start at our wheat fields and see what happens. See if we like them. I think it's gonna be really cool, but we're gonna find out in a second. Now the theme of our base, I'm gonna let it unfold a little bit as we go onwards, but you can start to see a little bit of the atmosphere that we're going for, I think, with these wheat fields. A little bit of a kind of magical, old-timey look. Terraforming is something I've never really indulged in before, and it's really fun, but it's also quite challenging. The thing is that this particular structure is kind of meant to look the best from above. Like, I think it'll look nice from down here, but I think it'll look the best when you're flying above. When I add some trees in here, it'll really change the scenery. Right now, it's a little bit like you can't really see the effect that we're going with all of these wheat fields. It kind of just looks wheaty and yellow, but it's gonna look a lot better soon. You can really see how the little pops of color really add some more. Now we need to finish the rest of the fields. I think we're gonna add a little bit of podzol for a little bit more excitement, and then we're gonna do the scariest bit of it all. The trees. So here are the wheat fields finally done. I'm really happy. From above they look really cool. I think that the podzol is really good and really adds like a bit of kind of shaping, but you can see there's something here. There's a few of these around these weird little patches with an X in them. That is where we're gonna do our first 3-ish trees. There's one there, obviously. There's one over here, and there's one, I believe, over there, yeah. And you can see we've got these around. It makes them look really pretty at night. The blue contrast, there's a few other flowers. I'm really happy with the way that these look. By the way, I forgot to mention, but I have wings now. Emerald, in his loveliness and his kindness and his charitableness, gave me wings, and I'm so happy about it because I hate walking. I don't know, these people have been walking around, people have been walking to my base. I did that walk like twice and I was like, never again, never again. So here we have the wings. Now that we can fly, I have something kind of cool to show you guys. For this season of the Artisan Collective, I am going to be selling Prismarine and all those kind of blocks, and so obviously I have been working on a Prismarine farm. Now I didn't show you guys the process of me building that. For the pure reason that is not my design, I will link the design. But we have a Prismarine farm happening, and we're going to be building a Prismarine shop to match. I'm very excited about it. Hopefully we're going to make a little bit of money, who knows at this point. But it's a really cool design. It was so easy, like it was shockingly easy. I mean, I say that as if I wasn't caught in like the most brutal death loop ever. But it was still super easy. There was no clearing of oceans. There was nothing else. It was great. Loved it. In a brief interval from our terraforming, let's go and build our little fish shop pop-up shop. So here we have the beginnings of the shopping districts. We can see some of the shops that are around. I believe that Kiwi's moss shop is over there. I think we're gonna build somewhere over here to kind of keep the little circle going. You can see we've built up some little bits and pieces of supplies to get everything kind of ready. We're just gonna build a kind of little sandy heap with some prismarine and some other things. It's gonna look really cute. And we're just gonna keep it really simple, but the one part that is kind of special is we're gonna build this little flagpole. So I was scrolling through Pinterest the other day and I saw these like really cool like kind of fish flagpoles. This is not my design, or at least it's not purely my design, but we are going to be building 2 goldfish flags so that people can see our shop, they can see what's going on, and hopefully we get some customers. So let's get into the first build of the day. So what? I'm like, I'm gonna screw it up. Okay, you guys need to get all of your weapons out.
Vehicle's invisible. What?
Vehicle's invisible.
Nope. I have a sword. I have a. Okay, you guys need to like get away from my
Maybe.
Look at the arrow. Jesus, this is my roof. We have to do the scary part. We have to do trees. I'm not good at it. I'm going to do my best. We're gonna see how it turns out. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see how we get this to work. Now, as I said, the kind of effect that we're gonna be going for is like a swirling around effect. This is not gonna look like a natural tree. I want it to be a little bit magical, a little bit interesting. It's still gonna look like within the realm of kind of a pine tree, like the structure of it, but it's just gonna be a little unique, just for a little bit of imagination and a little bit of excitement. So we've been working really hard, and we have our 3 trees. These aren't the only trees we're gonna be doing today, but it's 3 of them. I know they look a little strange. I won't try and defend the fact that they're a bit weird. But I actually absolutely love them. But now we have to get into the last bit of building for today's episode. You can also see we've gotten some sea lanterns around here. My base doesn't have a front door. There is no lighting around here. The amount of things that have killed me, the amount of murders that happened, there was this witch. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. It was like quite literally a witch came out to get me, and it was so sad and tragic, and I've died just an embarrassing amount of times. Creepers have blown up things. It's been an experience. So what we're going to be doing is obviously we're going to be building another tree. But we're going to make it a bit taller than these ones to make it stand out, and we're going to make roots kind of caging around it. I'm not sure if it'll look a little weird yet. Like, I'm worried that the tree being a little bit taller might cause us some issues. But we'll find out. So we've got to build the base around. We're going to build kind of a cage of roots around it. I hope this doesn't kill anyone or anyone's horse coming through this portal. I think it'll be okay, but I guess we'll find out. Always gotta involve some puzzle in this build, I think. Seems to be the theme we're going for. This is puzzle. I just think it looks a little funky right now, but I think it'll add some much needed kind of growing out of the groundness, which is always what we want. Not minding the scaffolding. Here we have the base. It's imperfect, but I still like it. I think it's pretty. There's still work to be done. We're gonna be covering all of this on both sides with, I believe we're gonna use spruce trapdoors, but we'll deal with that later. You can see it's a bit taller than the other ones. Again, I wanted it to have a little bit of significance compared to the other trees. Now we have to do the mild pain of leafing it all. Of leafing it. But we're so close to being done with the builds for today. There's been a lot of builds today. In any case, let's finish this all up and get it all done for today. Okay, so we have the leafy bit done. I'm still not sure if it looks a little strange, if it's a little bit too tall or something, but we're making it work for now. We'll have a look back at it later if we need to. But we need to do a few extra little detailing bits and pieces before we can get done. I've just never really done the whole tree business because even though it looks so gorgeous, I was just a bit scared. It looked hard, but it was actually quite easy. Make it look nice, and we'll be done with the final tree. I cannot lie to you guys, I will be very happy to not do a tree for a while. These were fun, they were cool, but my goodness. And I think that that's our nether portal done, and all of our builds for today done. We have trees, we have the fields. I love the colors that we've got going for us. This database is really starting to come together, and so far I'm really quite happy with it. We've still got a lot more to do, but I would say that we've had a pretty big change between last video and today's video. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lovely time. I hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!